no. So it's not me. I'm like waiting for somebody else to start. It's me. All right, cool. Let's go. Okay, so as you all know, Tara Wells with Fidelity National Home Warranty. She sponsors our on-time drawing prize. And I've got all your cards here. And so I'm gonna make it real. Oh, all of you have put your cards in, so it will not be. I can draw. Okay. Cards goes really good. Mine. Yeah. Eli. Congratulations.
Good.
Yes. I love it. I love it. It's that time. I would love to hear your good news. So tell me something good.
Tell me something good.
The deal closed on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that was
A little bit extra on there. That's awesome. Congratulations. All right. What else? Yes.
I finished my 75 hard today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so today's my last day for 75 hard.
Okay, how do you feel about that?
Pretty darn amazing.
Yeah.
Very accomplished. I first started, I thought, there's no way I'm gonna do 75 days of 2 workouts, no alcohol, and drinking, eating right.
You
A
did
gallon
it.
of water, and today's the last day. Yeah.
Wow.
Almost.
Wow. Okay, so what did you learn the most from that?
That a lot of times things I don't think are possible are absolutely possible.
Yeah.
It's a limiting belief thing, right? So that, yeah, that's it. Stretch my beliefs for sure.
I like that. Yeah. What helped you stay on track?
The community around me,
Okay.
being around good people that
Yeah.
checked in on me.
Oh,
Just said, how's it going today? Did you do your workout today? You know,
yeah.
that community right there prompted me to, gosh, I gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want to let people down.
Yeah.
And then what motivated you to do it?
There's a few things. I had some friends that I was talking to about my health. I'm turning 50 this year. And so in 2023, and so I was like, oh, I'm like, I gotta get in better shape.
Okay.
And I have some high blood pressure and stuff. So I was like, I need to do something.
Yeah.
And then my friends were like, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. It was Alexis and her husband.
Oh,
Wes.
okay.
Yeah, so that's what prompted me to do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And is there anything that you're going to keep from 75 cards?
Oh, for sure. I'm definitely gonna do, well, and when I first started it, I didn't think, I hadn't done a workout in months,
Yeah.
right? And I was about to do 2 workouts every day,
Yeah.
75 days. So I'm definitely gonna continue to do 1 workout every day.
I love that.
Like before, I would think that's crazy, 7 workouts a week, you gotta rest, right? But
Yeah.
there's some science around it, so I'm just gonna keep doing it.
I love it. Yeah. Get your body moving.
45 minutes each.
Okay.
One has to be outside, one could be inside. So this morning I got a little rain on, but not too bad. Thank God, it wasn't like this, so,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I love it. I have one more question.
yeah, absolutely.
What were your outside workouts consisting of? Because that's what I've always found hard is I know what to do in the gym, but when I get outside, I'm like, I'm gonna go walk.
Yeah.
That's all I do.
I did a lot of that. I did a lot of walking, some jogging, some bike riding. And then once or twice I went on a hike with my son. So that was cool.
That is super
I'm gonna
cool.
do more of that next time. Because I'm redoing it on January 8th if anybody wants to join.
You're gonna do it again.
Yes, I'm doing it twice, like
Because you're like,
times.
"This is easy.
Before my 50th. Yeah, my 50th is in August, so.
That's exciting.
So anybody wants to join, you're in. It's a little scary, but I like it.
It's a little scary.
Yeah.
That's a little scary, even for me. That's scary.
You could do it.
I could probably, yeah,
Oh.
we'll see. I don't know. I might. We'll see. We'll see if I'm ready. Very
Good.
impressive.
Thank
Good job.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
All right. Any other good news? Anyone?
I completed bold yesterday.
Yeah.
So I think August 7th.
Yeah,
That's
and
great.
already completed your, and so what was your biggest takeaway?
My biggest takeaway from bold was being consistent. Lead generation is a huge focus of bold.
Yeah,
And with the shifting market, it's been really hard. Being somebody new, it's been extra hard to lead generate and get into the habit of making those contacts every day. And but I found that Bold got me into a really good mindset.
Okay.
Not that I didn't have a bad mindset going into it. I'm a pretty optimistic person, but it helped me focus on things that I wasn't focusing on.
Okay.
And that's what I think was really, really valuable, is that it kind of got me onto like a good track.
I like that. So will you continue with your bold habits?
Absolutely. I didn't, so this, because I was late getting into Bold, getting signed up due to your very generous sponsorship. I didn't get the book or the journal or any of the stuff until yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
So I have a complete book that's been untouched, a journal that's untouched. So I see that as an opportunity
Right.
for me to work through it all over again.
All over again, like, in perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I have it,
Yeah,
I might as well.
yeah, because I'm always scribbling on my thing, maybe not just working each page and listening and not working the page that's in front of you. I really like that.
And Cody goes off script, so there's pages that we did not even
Yeah,
touch.
why? Yeah.
Good story, very true.
So I want to piggyback off of that because my assistant Melinda graduated Bold as well.
Mhm.
And she told me that, so Bold is a 7-week lead generation intensive where you learn habits that you need to build a really big business and you learn to think bigger and all these great things. I've been like 9 times, it's crazy. Melinda went for the first time and there's a thing called a Bold 100 and that's where you get 100 contacts in one day, 24-hour span of time. And it used to be like there would be like 2 people. There'd be a Bold room of 100 people, and out of 100 people, there'd be like 2 people that would get it done the entire 7 weeks. So Cody told everybody at the very beginning, we want 100% participation in a Bold 100. We expect 100% of the people because we've done it before. So then at the very end, they had everyone stand up who's participated, and like 75% of the room stood up. And then he let everybody know that he'd actually fibbed to them a little bit. And the goal was only 15% of the room to do a Bold 100. And it gives me chills because if he would have told them the original goal, he probably would have gotten like maybe 10, not even 10 people to stand up. But instead he put a big goal out there. So what that says to me is that sometimes the limitations are just being set by what we think, just like you said on your 75 part. Like sometimes we just put these limitations on ourselves and we think it can't be done because it sounds like it's never been done before. But if it's the norm, then we kind of just go with it. So like new agents have an advantage right now because this is their new normal.
Mhm.
Versus us where we're like, no, it's been all over the place. Agents that have been in it for a really long time have an advantage because they've seen it go up, seen the market. I'm talking about the market right now. The market going up and down. But if you got into real estate in 2021 or 2022 and you're used to that, 100 miles per hour, this can feel very scary. So I think that it's just what's the product of your environment and what are you hearing is normal? If you're hearing that it's normal, then you're probably just going to go along with it, right? So what if your normal is big? What if your normal is like out there? I think that's a really, really good concept. Thank you so much for sharing. Anybody else have any good news?
It's Robin. Very fast. I was like, I seen everything, let's go around now, that's it.
That's amazing. All right. We have some really. Aaron and Judy have had their big little bow. This is his first baby. And he's just, I just had a coaching session with him and he is just glowing. Yes. And he said fatherhood is everything and more that he could imagine it was. And there was like, no, I'm tired. There was none of it. There was no like standard, oh, it's rough. There was none of that. I'm like, that's awesome. So congratulate him. That's a beautiful baby boy. 8 pounds, 12 ounces. Woo, it's a big baby boy. Okay, we do have some big news. I'm very excited about this. You may know, you may not know, we've been in the interim of dealing with some staff curmudgeons, I guess you would say. Carnegie Hall was our MCA. An MCA is a market center administrator. An MCA runs the office. They do financials and they make sure that we all get paid on time and they make sure that our bills are paid on time and all of that. Carnegie was that to us for a very long time. And he retired and moved on to another opportunity. And we've been kind of looking for the right fit, piecing things together in the meantime, but we found our fit. I'm really excited about this because whenever you hire for a position, you want it to be long-term. And sometimes when you go outside of the company, you don't always know if it's going to be long-term because it's just somebody new, lots of new things to teach them. So we found someone right in our hallways that we think is going to be an amazing fit. Our new market center administrator is Megan. You might not know Megan, but Megan is on the John Bernardo team. So John Bernardo is owner and team leader of Keller Williams South Metro, and he's part owner of this office. John runs a real estate team. Megan's been his assistant for the last 5 years. She's handled all of his financials and been basically an MCA for his team for quite some time. And now she's going to step up and join our brokerage as the MCA. She's been on our leadership team before. So what does this mean for us? She's already acclimated to Keller Williams. She already knows how to do the job. So there's not going to be much of a ramp up period. She's just going to hit the ground running, which we're really excited about. So if you see her or get to talk to her or hear from her, that's who our new MCA is. We have a couple new additions to the office, which I'm really excited about. Harmon Rye. Harmon is on Zoom right now. Hey, Harmon, you want to introduce yourself to the group?
Sure. Hey guys, my name is Harmon. So I'm just excited to start and partake and continue with Keller Williams team.
Yeah. Oh, go
Are you
ahead.
guys able to hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What do you
Perfect.
tell us a little about yourself? What do you do for a living now? And why'd you get into real estate?
I mean, I've always been in real estate. I've had my license for a while. I just haven't actively participated or used it. So now I'm at a point where I'm like, hey, I need to fully utilize it. So that's why I decided to join Amy's team. And, you know, for now, I'm kind of working from home and I got a remote job, but I also have side passive income streams. So I'm just kind of looking to further my career path and invest more. And kind of real estate's always been my passion from the beginning.
I love it. Yeah, Harmon, that passive income stream just makes me feel so warm and fuzzy inside. I love that. I love that.
It does. It does.
Thank you so much for showing up today. And we have another addition to the team, Marshawn Griffith. He can't be with us here today. He does work night shift, so he's probably sleeping right now, but he's fantastic. If you see him or get to meet with him, please say hello and congratulate him. All right, you guys, we've got a listing pitch. Anybody have any new listings?
I have a
old
listing.
listings?
I have a listing coming up. We're aiming for the end of the week, next week, I believe. But it's the one in Loomis and it's on just under 2.5 acres. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, a little over 1,700 square feet. The seller is doing everything that I'm asking. So it should show really, really well. Listed at 824.9. And it's gonna be a good one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
May I ask, how did you get that listing?
Referral
I love it. So you're from your sphere.
from my database, yeah.
I love it.
It's that's 100% of my business. So it's pretty much all I do. They came from a client who is going to be selling their house next year, and client / friend, and just kind of a trickle down.
I love
And
that.
they've actually, so the listing in Loomis, they have another referral that they're giving me through the process. So
That's amazing.
yeah,
I love that. And I love that you said it's from a referral that's listing their home in a year.
Yeah.
So sometimes we talk to people and they're not ready right now, but don't lose touch of those people. because I'm in this business for the long haul. I want to have a pipeline that lasts for the next 20 years if I can. So don't lose touch with those, stay in contact and keep asking for those referrals, because if you're keeping in contact and keeping them up to date, even if they're not ready for you, they still know other people in the business. I love it. Any other listings we'd like to pitch? Anybody have any buyers that are looking for a property that can't find anything?
My buyers, the Crutchfields, we've had terrible luck with properties. They're looking for something that's got at least 2 bedrooms and 1 bath, under 300,000. Oh, no, 400,000. And
That's better.
yeah. So I'm gonna be showing them houses this weekend, either Sunday or maybe even Monday, depending on their schedule, so.
Okay.
So if you've got anything that fits the bill, that's under 400,000, at least 2 bedrooms, I'm willing to look at it. So.
Okay, good to know. Okay, just closed for November. It's looking good. We're getting some business in here. Jake DeRosa 3, Jeremy Fraser 2, Laura Miller 2, Mark Green 2, Robert Myron 2, Christina Gold 2, Aaron Mitchell 1, Chris Mayer 1, Christina Gold actually 3, Nicole Davidson 1, Susan 1, and Tyson 1. Congratulations, everybody. You people start agent service.
Ho, ho, ho.
SAR dues are due. In fact, today is the deadline, correct? Today's the deadline. So the reason that it's a deadline today is if you want the SARS dues payment plan. So if you would like a payment plan for your SAR dues for next year, you're going to want to turn in your application today. Let me take your picture. It's due by 4:30. So if you need any help with that, please feel free to reach out to me or any of the office staff and we'll work with you to make that happen. Medical option plans. So CAR offers insurance products for you, group insurance plans that you can get into for a discount. This can be very beneficial if you don't have them already. Open enrollment starts November 1st. So you can get medical through CAR insurance. Keller Williams now has medical for you as well. So there's lots of options so that you don't have to go without. We have some savings events. We have our holiday party tomorrow. I hope you all are going. If you're not, we will be here, but we'll always have next year. It's in the Sequoia of the Cannery. It is from 6 to 10 p.m. They said it's cocktail attire, though please wear whatever you feel comfortable in. We just want to see your beautiful faces. You do get 1 drink card and it's a cash bar after. So right below. There's an ATM close by, but it's like $3. I guess that's what they said. So
It's not even in the same building.
yeah, get your money before you get there. There's a photo booth, special surprise guest, a gift exchange if you want to participate in that too. Pool table, shuffleboard, ping pong, and cornhole. I'm excited. We have some fun classes coming up. John and Michael are going to come into the office on December 7th, and they're going to teach a class, Thriving in Today's Market. So we're not looking to survive. We're not looking to quit. We're looking to thrive. John and Michael both have successful real estate teams that have outlasted many shifts, including the crash in 2008. So they're definitely people that you can listen to for that. They will be here 10 to 12 on the 7th. On Monday, the 12th, we have Jeff. Jeff,
Hey, thanks.
So what we're gonna be teaching Monday the 12th is how to work with investors.
put the camera on you. There you go.
Okay. We're gonna teach you guys how to work with investors. 1031 exchange strategies. Are you working with retirees or boomers that want to retire? That's one way to set up your exchange on an estate plan. Are they looking to invest their first property? How to do that by not just buying a house, but maybe find a duplex, because now you got both parts, right? A primary residence and an investment. So these are the different strategies that we're going to be teaching on how to work with investors to invest in this market. Because, guys, I'm busy. Okay, that's the market that's still moving.
Yeah.
There's a lot of 1031 exchange money out there, and investors are doing deals. So if you're saying, oh, my business is kind of slow, shift to the investors, non-owner occupants out of state. So we had about 100 people go through our classes already. And we work with you guys. So if you have somebody that you need to talk to, look at us, Dennis and I, as your back office. I helped agents already get their listing, and they also double-ended it because they have a buyer. So these are the things that we can help you with to create a deal, right? So you're creating your market for you guys, right? You're not just waiting it for it to happen. So think about outside the box and look for non-owner occupants. Yes,
Who are you with?
exchange resources. I've been doing exchanges since 1984. So these are like,
Your bread and butter.
it's going like this. Up market, down market, who's buying? Investors,
Yeah.
always, and then they don't care. So right now, we're working on 1031 exchanges, and everybody's trying to get it done before the end of the year. So we're busy. So think about working with those types of clientele, because if rates go up and we're at 7%, they're still exchanging.
Yeah, they still don't want to pay those capital gains tax.
No, and
It
it's
doesn't matter what the interest rate is.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because they're coming in still with what? A bigger down payment, right? So the loan value is going to be a lot less. You don't have to worry about qualifying for what? 80% loan to value. They're down here around 50 and below. And so it still makes sense for them to do the exchange. So think about that. We're going to be teaching that on Monday.
Yeah.
And we'll have different strategies that we'll present to the class. And then if you feel like working with them, we welcome that. So we want to help you guys out. And we have done classes for Eli at the other Elk Grove Center.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I'll see you on the 12th. Thank you. I was thinking about that too. There might be a lot of people like listings are, becoming a little bit harder to come by. People are staying in their homes. But my thought is that if you have a database of people that are like, even if there's people that are like, I'll never move. Okay, great. That means that you have a ton of equity just sitting there. And what's your plan with that? Is that your retirement? What if we could double that? What if we could double your equity and double your retirement just by pulling a little bit out and putting it into another property? What would that do for your family? What would that do for you? If I made it really simple, would that be something you'd be interested in? So I really like that point. It's really good. Okay, so then we've got our last team meeting of the year is going to be December 15th, and then we're going to take a break for the holidays. And we also have a mandatory attendance class that's going to be happening Wednesday, 1/18. Why is this mandatory? Our litigation consultant, Robert Brand, is going to come to the office, and he's going to teach us all about covering our assets, making sure that we understand the TDS, the avid disclosure strategies, disclosure updates on the new RPA, how to apply risk management principles in this changing market. So we will be tracking this to make sure that you're in attendance. And so if you have any questions about that or aren't going to make it that day, just let us know and we can arrange for something else for you. Regional events. The region is putting on a class called Shifting into Overdrive. Would you like to pitch
How
this
can I
class?
convince everyone here to go?
Yeah.
I mean, legitimately, if you want to get into command and you want to learn at a high level what people are doing and how they're doing it, this is the class for you. There's no doubt in my mind that you will get an extreme amount of value from this class. I'm not teaching it. Zach is hosting it. He's not teaching it. We are bringing in high-level people from KWI to show you what you need to do, to teach you what to do to work this at a high level. I need you to go. I mean, no doubt in my mind, it's free. And they're gonna give you food. So there you go. That's the reason to show up. Free and food. It's in the East Bay, it's in Concord. So I do know it's a little bit of a drive for some people, but it will not be recorded. It's not gonna be on Zoom. It's gonna be live on. This is a tour that they're doing across the nation. We are stop number one. So I do believe we're probably gonna have the big rowdiest route going on. It's the first stop. So
I love it.
we're all staff is gonna be there for the most part. I've gotten several teams to show up from the Natomas office so far, so if you want to go, please register. You can only go if you register. We have about 200 seats left, so, and that's for the entire region as well. Eli, do you know how many people you guys got going?
Right now, I think we have 22 registered.
We gotta beat up.
Yeah. 40, just so you know.
I love it. So just
That's my goal.
December 15th, 9 AM to 1 PM, lunch provided, the center in Concord. Why would you want to go to this class? We have a CRM system that we provide to all of our agents here, and we're teaching you how to use it as a high level so that you can so that it can generate business for you. The best thing in the world is the call that says, hey, I want you to come list my house. Those calls don't happen overnight and they don't happen for no reason. It's usually a consistent follow-up, and that consistent follow-up, man, it takes a lot of work. What if we can take some of that off of you? You can leverage some of that out and make it automatic. Wouldn't that be great? What if you could come in and sit down at your computer and your database tells you who to call today, instead of you trying to figure it out with some kind of back and forth system. So I think this could be really beneficial. And then, of course, we have family reunion coming up. We'll be talking about this a lot, coming closer to the dates. February 18th to the 21st. It is in person only this time, and it's right around the corner in Anaheim. So if you have plans, please make them. I'm really excited about this. I would like to welcome my friend, colleague Eli Galindo, so I'm sorry.
That's okay.
He's gonna come up and teach us the class. You have a handout in front of you to participate. Here is your clicker. They're gonna put the presentation for you.
Thank you. Thank you. And I know how this works.
You got it? If not, we can lock it on.
There he is.
There you go.
Yeah,
Cool.
we walked in.
All right, cool, good deal. How's everybody doing today?
Great.
Good. I love training and teaching, and one of the best things that you can do for someone up front is to interact and, raise a hand, have a comment. I didn't understand what you just said. So the interaction is really important. So please do that. I have a sheet for you guys, a handout, so you can make some notes, the stuff we're gonna cover today. Amy told me I had 3 hours. That's right?
Yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding. All right, so. I just want to tell you a little bit about myself before we get started. So I've been licensed since 1995, so 27 years this December. Had my license. We had our first child in 1995. It's really easy for me to remember how many years I've been licensed because it's my oldest daughter. We have 4 kids. The youngest is 20, and the 22-year-old, the 24-year-old, and the 27-year-old. And then we also have 2 grandbabies. And they got me wrapped around their tiny little finger. I mean, 2 little girls, almost 3 years old and 1 year old. Ella and Mila. And so that's my life. That's my why. That's why I work hard as I do. The things that I love to do, it all translates back to them. And you should do the same thing. Find something that's important to you. That will be your driving force. And I also am a John Maxwell certified coach. I got the certification, I think, 7 years ago. And I loved that. That was one of the best trainings I've ever attended. Out of all the trainings I've ever attended was the John Maxwell's coaching sessions. It was in Florida. It was amazing. So I'm able to teach the material as well. I love coaching, training, and teaching. It's a big part of my life. After 27 years and thousands of transactions, I get to give back, right? And it's great that's why I want you to ask questions, right? Today, we're going to talk for 30 minutes or so. I would love the questions. It's invaluable. That's how we learn from each other, right? Also, I was ALC for 4 or 5 years. I forget how many, lost track. I think it was 4. I had my own brokerage from 2000 to 2008 in Elk Grove, and was able to grow that brokerage to 34 realtors and 14 loan officers and 6 staff members Yeah, back in the rush of 2001, 2, and 3, and 4, and the crash of 2006, 7, and 8. So learned a lot of hard lessons, by the way. A lot of days being angry, upset, and crying over the market. So I know a tough market. I know what it means to be in a tough market, and you need to surround yourself with people like John and Michael coming. That's a huge deal. You want to hear what they have to share, okay? Because this is not that market. Just to be really clear, this is a shifting market, and we should pay attention to that and be aware. It's not that market. It's different. And so, so come listen to them when they speak. I forgot what the date was, but you guys want to be here for that. Just real quick, I want to go around the room and get your first name. It's a smaller group. Your first name, what you do, how long you've been in the business, how long you've been licensed, or if you're part of the staff. So can we do that real fast? I know Jeff, right? I know Jeff really well, so.
Limited Exchange Resources 1031 since 1984. Been licensed as a real estate agent back in '84. So
Sweet.
sold property throughout California, Washington, Oregon, and the state of Hawaii. It's licensed in 3 states: Nevada, California, and Hawaii.
I did not know that part. I didn't know that part, Jeff.
Hard money,
Yeah,
conforming jumbos. So I have the whole background as far as the investors.
yeah.
So I kind of help the agents. That's why I help agents coordinate their transactions on the 1031 exchange.
Yeah.
And what's good, what's not good.
Great, thank you.
Josh Buckhead, been licensed since 11/12/13.
Oh, I love that.
And I worked with some investors a few years prior to that, doing flips, buying houses off the courthouse steps.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
What else did you
No,
ask?
that was it.
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you, yes.
Hello, everybody. My name is John Perez. I currently work for a private mortgage company based in Los Angeles. I surround myself by investors. Those are just my soulmates. I work with them nonstop. I'm a loan mortgage originator assistant. I've been doing it for about 2 years now, and I'm adding a real estate license to my career.
Love it.
Hopefully
Thank
soon
you.
at the beginning of next year.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Actually, I'm the agent services coordinator here. I've been here since July. I also have my real estate license I got back in October 2021.
Awesome, thank you. You, sir.
I'm Vince, I'm the market center tech trainer. I also have a license. I've been licensed 2 days before the California lockdown, so I will never forget that.
Yeah. A lot of memorable dates.
Yeah, and yeah. Our staff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Christy Nicolai with Big Valley Mortgage. I've been in the industry 20 years. So I've been through the ups and downs, seen a lot.
Yep.
We're a banker, and I'm also a broker, so I can pretty much do anything about it.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Joseph Grasso. I've been a real estate agent since August 2nd.
Okay.
And I
Welcome.
joined Keller Williams shortly after my birthday in August. So
Love it.
I thought of that as a nice birthday present to
Yes,
sell.
absolutely.
Yeah, I get mine.
When's your birthday?
August 13th.
Okay, I'm August 26th.
7.
7? See, there's a lot of good stuff in here.
My name is Amy Tremaine. I've been licensed since 2014. I'm a coach and a team leader. And
Overall, amazing.
oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, everybody, for sharing that. So I want to dive straight into the material real quick. One of the biggest things I think, I forgot to mention something. I also was a tax preparer for 7 years.
A what?
Tax preparer, yeah. So my dad had his practice for 41 years. And when the market dove, I decided I needed to do more networking and meet more people. And I'm like, I already sent stuff to my dad's database. But what happened when I did that is I sat in front of them. So for 3.5 months of the year, it was a strategy of, I'm going to help you do taxes. You're going to pay me a little bit of income, and I'm going to meet everyone in his database one-on-one.
Yeah.
So I answered phones. I pulled them up when I was doing showings. I pull listings at the front desk and just meet people. If you want to meet people, there are ways. You just got to get creative, right? And so I also learned a lot about taxes. So I'm able to advise on that. I'm not licensed now. I stopped 2-3 years ago, but I understand the Schedule C, S corps, and all of that, how it works. So
Well, I'll be blowing you up.
forgot to mention that. Okay, so, yeah, let's get into the material. Let's see here. 5 ways to create curiosity in today's market. This is a really important conversation because, in fact, this actually applies to any market, but in today's market, I'm going to talk to you about some unique things. And I gave you a handout, so I'd love it if you could write some notes. Did you know that when you write something down, you retain it 2 or 3 times more than if you just hear it? Right? So if you can write it down, even if you throw it in the trash when you leave, you're gonna actually retain more of it anyways, right? So that's a good thing.
That's so funny you said
Yeah,
that. I've been in classes where they say, don't write it down.
Yep.
We have it in here, and I said, no, I have to write it down.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can remember it.
I think some instructors do that. I understand the concept. They want you to fully listen so you can maybe register questions they're asking or things they're doing. And I get that too. But I think both is good. Like, you know, less distractions is definitely good. So. Ellen, here you go.
Thank you, Ashley.
Okay, so here's the good news, guys. And I don't know if you guys have done this or not, but if you go into trends on MLS and you look how many transactions are actually happening in the marketplace, pick a zip code in trends, and MLS has a button that says trends at the top. If you have not played with that yet, you need to go play with that. Okay, it's going to tell you so much cool data about actives, pendings, new to the market, all of that. It's in there, and it shows graphs. And you can change up the time frame, you can change up the zip code of the area. It's really cool information. And when we create curiosity in today's market, one of the things we talk about being the economist of choice, we talk about that, right? Being someone who knows the marketplace, because when you're at Starbucks at line waiting for your grande cafe mista with heavy cream, 4 pumps of sugar, vanilla, with a Splenda, that's my drink, by the way.
Right.
I'll throw that down. And someone's talking, or you're hearing someone talk, you get to interject. This is the prime opportunity to have a conversation with someone. It's just when you're out and about, but if you have no data to share, what are you going to talk about? Right? This is why being in team meetings are so important, because if you talk about new listings or things that are coming up, someone says, oh, I'm looking for a property with acreage. I can say, oh, I heard about one. Right? It's all of that. Mind share has to do with being in front of people as often as possible. So this is not one of the 5 things. This is just like an overview thing. There's a step, there's a system to this. I need you to get, what I want you to capture is, no matter what we talk about today, it's about capturing mind share. It's about creating curiosity. The best way to get someone drawn to you is to put something out there that's, you've probably heard, have you heard of ClickFunnels? You know what a ClickFunnel is? You guys know what it is? Where they put this little ad, it's got a teaser thing, and then about 30 to 60 seconds in, right when the good part's coming, it says, boop, click to learn more, right? And what they've done is like a movie trailer. You kind of see the movie trailer, go, I think I want to see that, right? How can you do that every day to the people in your community, at your local Starbucks, to your database, in your sphere? That's what we're talking about. Because if you do that intentionally every day, you will get people raising their hands. Because I just shared a second ago, houses still are selling. And it's a lot more than you probably would think. I don't like when I hear people say, oh yeah, the market's super slow. Okay, what's that? What's that based on? Like, is there less units, or is it just moving at a slower pace? Big difference. We're still closing a lot of units overall, like the marketplace. Still closing a lot of units. I wish I had done it before I got here for you guys.
I just did it yesterday.
Sweet. Do you know any of the numbers you could toss out or no?
There were about 2,000 homes sold last month.
Okay.
In the greater Sacramento, El Dorado, Yolo counties. What's really interesting is that those counties actually cover for the last 15 years. We hover in between 1,500 to 3,000 sales, give or take, and it goes like this.
Yep.
For 15 years. It has never gone up above that or super below that.
Yep.
And I thought that was a really interesting factor because
Yeah.
people are like, oh, it's a changing market. It's not. What's actually changed is that in 2015 years ago, we had 16,000 homes for sale.
Right.
And now we only have about right around, I think it was like right around 4,000 right now, or 3,500. So I think that that's really important to know is that, yeah, it's a shifting market, but it's also a seasonal shift. And this shift has been happening for 15 years.
Yeah.
And it just keeps going like this. It was really interesting.
It will, yes, sir. Go for it.
With 211 active listings in Sacramento proper,
Say that again.
211 active listings in Sacramento proper, so in the city of Sacramento.
Got it.
Yeah, I looked at the hot sheet and on the MLS, there's that front page, and
Yeah.
it said there were like 305 price reductions. So I think that people are looking at that and they
Yeah.
think the market is slowing, but it's just that people might have just been a little unrealistic about
Right.
pricing.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I love the trend report. If you guys ever have a chance to look at it, it's fantastic.
Yeah, so one of the really cool things about what they're sharing is Patrick Woods, ROP, he actually pulled a report for us and it said our prices are similar to 2020, late 2019, 2020 right now. Okay,
Which is what it should be.
yeah, 2021 was a big peak that happened. So it's not like we're way down or it feels that way because of all the price adjustments. But what's happened still is sellers in the last few months are still wanting the higher prices that they were used to seeing. And all the aggregators like Zillow and Redfin and all them, they're using, okay, here's the trick with them, okay? They use data that's in the past. Have you guys ever had the conversation about market value versus appraised value?
Correct.
Market value is what's selling and available today. Appraised value is based on the past. If you're lending, you know what I'm talking about. They pull comps from a month ago, 3 months ago, 5 months ago, right? And we often want to base value on the comps. We talk about comps a lot. I want to challenge that a little and say, yes, it is the comps layered on top of what's available in the market. Because I don't care what the comps say. If there are 5 homes that are listed at 500 grand and your comp shows 6, you're not getting 6. Because what's available to the buyer is what they're going to focus on. It doesn't matter. The same was true reverse in the hot market when it was going up. You would talk to a buyer and you go, well, the comps don't show that. I don't want to offer that price. But all the homes are at that price. So you're either buying the homes at that price or you're just not buying right now. That is the market price. The market price was up then. Right now, the market price is a little lower because people are still pricing high, right? But the key here that I want to talk about in step 1 is the mind share. So how can you grab mind share of your people? And your people are anywhere you frequent, a local church, the Rotary Club, the chamber, the school, soccer league, indoor soccer, if you play that, right? Whatever it is, how do you grab their mind share? So one of the things we teach at KW is the conversation about RAS. Okay, who has never heard what a RAS is? Okay, there's enough in here to talk about it then. If everybody was like, no, I got it, I was gonna move on. Okay, so the RAS is simple and you can write it down. You can look it up. It's actually pretty interesting. It's the reticular activating system and it's a part of our brain, a little part of our brain that filters the data that we take in every day. Data points of what we see and what we hear, and even what we feel, right? It's cold in here, it's hot in here. So did you know that your brain can take in millions of data points every second? As a matter of fact, case in point, I guarantee you can see those blinds right there as you look at me, right? And now that I pointed them to you, you probably really realized it, right? But the thing is, the RAS tells you what's most important. It filters it. It says what's most important is the guy talking and moving his hands in front of the room. So you're focused on that, right? And when our brain is focused on something, it filters everything else out. So the best example is like someone buys a car. This is such a good example. I hear it all the time. It's a good example. And how many times have you bought something, shoes, some really cool shoes, maybe ladies, right? Or a purse or something or a dress that you're like, what the heck? I see the dress everywhere now. Or I see that car everywhere now. That's literally your brain was filtering out that before and now it's paying attention to it. And so what happens is now you see it everywhere. It was always there, just for the record. You just filtered it out. So how do you get your sphere of influence and your friends and your family to focus their RAS on you? And that's what I'm going to talk about today. Okay, that's what I'm going to share. So the second piece of this is I like to talk about how often you need to do activities. And has anybody heard of Gary Vaynerchuk?
Yeah, Gary V.
Gary V? No? Oh, good. A room with no people haven't heard of Gary V. Gary Vee is one of the top, if not the top, social media coaches, gurus out there in the world right now. He's one of the top ones, if not the top. He was the top for a minute. I don't know if he still is, but the way he runs things is pretty amazing. It's great content. He's written a few books. One is called A Jab Jab Left Hook. Good book about marketing. So you want to look, the truth is, when we're trying to grab mind share, we're creating relationships and putting things in front of people constantly. That's how the top producers, like if you talk to top producers, that's how they're doing it. They're just doing it with their Sphere database, or they're doing it with some sort of internet lead generation, or they're doing it at open house and events. I mean, I can name all the top 10 things you can do. Like it's available to you. The key is that their consistency is off the charts. Because it says, how often are we supposed to do it? Every day. Every day. Every day. Every day. How do you create curiosity every day? Am I able to get to that video at 3 minutes and 20 seconds? Is that possible?
Right now?
Yeah. I want you guys to hear this for like.
Now you have to understand the advice I just gave you. 98% of you can't do it because it's too heady. It feels too hard.
Conference, and what we're going to do is finish off with listening to Gary Vee talking about being on what it is. Because as I said, action, ideas without execution are delusions. And what this 30-day plan post-ARIC is about getting stuff done. That's where the value is, not sitting in the conference. And what we're going to do is finish off with listening to Gary Vee talking about being a media company.
So Gary, the biggest, everyone says to me, Tom, tell us, how do we stand out? Like it's all
from
about
the pack.
From the pack. It's all about finding business. I mean, some of the questions that have come in is if you were in real estate right now and you wanted to attract potential sellers, people thinking of selling, because getting the listing is as hard as getting the buyer.
Yes.
in lots of Australia,
yes.
Right? What would you do to stand out, to build your personal brand?
I would do what I'm doing. I would do a vlog.
Right.
A reality TV show.
Right.
Oh, you must love this.
Yeah, I'm just like.
By the way, I have a friend who won a contest on Instagram to follow me around for a couple of hours, and he's from the East Coast of Canada in the real estate business, a 24-year-old, and he's been following my stuff and doing quite well. His dad is a real winner in that market. I would be, one thing I always say, if anybody, I'm going to assume a lot of you don't know who I am. I'm sure some do. But a lot of you at 4,000 people are not going to know.
They know you, Gary.
I know, but I know thousands. I appreciate it. But even at Social Media Com New York, half the crowd doesn't know me. People misunderstand how brand works. Don't read what I say, watch what I do. So what would I do? I would start a vlog. Every one of you should film yourself every single day. Now, let's start over. Some of you are uncomfortable with that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure Australia, because all TV shows map around the world, I'm sure you have your $1 million listings, or I'm sure there's 3 or 4 people on TV that are real estate agents, right?
Yeah.
Good. Do that on Facebook. What I do know about the Australian market is that the Facebook marketplace, the Facebook world, is huge. It's actually better than it is in the US because less people are marketing on it, less people are running ads through it, so the attention is even more valuable. So I would literally, as a real estate agent, do exactly what I'm doing as a CEO of an agency. I'd be documenting my day.
Yeah.
And instead of sitting in this table and in cars all day and traveling, like you guys see on my Daily V, I know you've seen it, others, that's people that know me have seen it. Yours would be going to listings. Yours would be sitting with somebody trying to convince them to give you the listing. Here's what would happen. You would build micro fame, personal brand.
Yeah.
It's why real estate people have been putting their faces on billboards and bench tops for decades. You want that branding. It's why your face is on your open house listings and your website. I think you need to take it to another step. So how do you do that? You hire an intern, or you pay somebody as little as possible, or you have your son or daughter do it, or you do it on your own phone if you have nobody. Document your day and put it out on Facebook. It would be the #1 thing that would take you. Now you have to understand the advice I just gave you. 98% of you can't do it because it's too heady. It feels too hard. But for the 2% of you that do this, after you figure out what I'm talking about, your business will be massively impacted.
Okay.
I'm about to give you a lot of other answers that will.
Okay, so let me go back to the slide. Yeah. So did you hear what he's talking about? Right? Is people will come into my office, as I do exactly what Amy does, right? I'm her counterpart in Elk Grove. And they're like, I don't know where to get business. I don't know. It's slow. I don't know what to do. And then I right away ask questions. Of course, we're gonna ask questions. Well, tell me what you're doing. And what we found is that most people that come in and say that aren't doing very many activities. The activities we think of, when I say activities in real estate for lead gen, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
Cold call.
Cold calling, right? What else?
Open houses.
Open houses, and those are probably the two main ones, right? I would agree 100%. And yet there's like a list of 50, 60, 70 other things you can do. And if you hate cold calling, you're likely not going to do it right away. You should, right? But what other things can you 10x that you do like to do, or that you are able to do? That's the question, right? And so as we go to step 3, the how I'm about to talk about, and there's a whole list. I gave you 2 attachments there. Social media, in-person, in-print, command, email, and text. I want you to think about this for a second. There's so many ways to get stuff out. What if you took your 3-hour lead gen time block every day, and no matter what, you were working on one or all of these every day? Because Gary Keller says the top 5 things every productive, efficient agent does is lead gen, lead follow-up, set and go on appointments, write and negotiate contracts, and scripts and role play. You're supposed to script and role play every day, by the way. That's like, hey, I'm gonna call you. Hey, how are you doing? This is Eli Galindo. And you practice the script. It's not even about getting perfect. It's just about getting comfortable with the conversation, right? And so are you doing those 5 things every day? So this is what we're going to talk about. And so the first thing is document your day. Gary just talked about it. Let me ask you something. When you're done with this room right here, are you going to just walk out, get to your car, go to your desk? What does it look like if you walk out of the room and you go, hey, I just left the training, and this is what happened, and I'm just so proud of it. I'm going to take this to the next slide. Right? Why wouldn't you do that? Why not? I think we're like hurting ourselves by not documenting what we're doing. And believe me when I say that I know the limiting belief that probably some of you are thinking right now. Well, I don't want to overdo my friends. That's not what my social media is for. You know, they're gonna get sick of seeing me. I don't want it to all be about sales, and don't let it be all about sales. What did you eat for lunch? Right? Was it really good? You recommend it? Then why didn't you do a little video about it? People do shots of their food all the time, right? So why not go, hey, I'm right here at whatever restaurant and I love it. And look at this, it's amazing. You've got to try it. Hey, that's a local business owner. Come here. Love your place, man. Tell me more about this place. How long have you been here? Why not do that?
How long do you think the video should be?
Oh my God. Sorry about that.
You're right, Zach. How long do you think the video should be?
Recommendation 60 seconds or less, if possible. You can do longer ones occasionally, that's okay. But for the most part, shorter is better. It's higher impact. People won't watch. They will watch something longer if they really want to, like something they're interested in.
And I guess a follow-up to that is how many times per day would you post? Would you
Well-
just do one short one a day, or?
No, I do multiple ones. And Gary V would tell you to do 30 to 50 times a day. Now, I know that's not going to happen. So what I suggest is at least 3 to 5 a day. It could be a picture one time, a video, a picture, whatever. But social media is the platform, whichever one you pick. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, right? And when I started TikTok, it really wasn't made for that yet. It was weird. And now I'm doing okay on it. But I haven't been focused on, I'm team leader now. So I really have more of like recruiting type stuff and business building.
I'm
Yeah.
constantly like, look at Eli's video, look at Eli's video, look at Eli's video.
Yeah, I'm silly. Like, for example, I'm gonna give you a good example. Every year, our tradition for Thanksgiving is the day after Thanksgiving, we go get a Christmas tree. So the whole family gets in the cars, we go to get coffee somewhere, and we go to Apple Hill. And I document it every year, started doing like 7 years ago. Now people in my wife's work go, are you going to the tree this Friday? And I just got a referral from my team yesterday from someone who watched the tree video this week.
Wow.
Literally, and he's gonna buy an $800,000 house. I'm like, fantastic, right? And I know sometimes we're afraid to get in front of the camera, like Gary said. So don't be in front of the camera. Be the interviewee, right? The interviewer, excuse me. You ask questions of people. So if you're not comfortable walking out that way, go, hey, Amy, can you tell us a little bit about what happened today? And let her talk. But just document where you're at. If your spouse or friend that's with you at lunch is very outgoing, Have them talk, record their food and them talking. Right? There's really no excuse for us not to do it. We should be doing it like crazy. And then bring value add things to them, right? So this is the what you can do there. So market of the moment. That's like, okay, how many houses had price reductions this week? So you can do a video, literally, like it's part of your routine. In your calendar, Google Calendar should be like 8 a.m. to 8:15. Pull how many price drops, how many price increases that happened today, and do a short video. Every day. How often? Every day. You really want business, that is the answer. It's all up to you how much business you want. It has to do with the activities you're willing to do every day. So again, find something you like to do. I love video, so that's what I do. I'm not afraid of the camera. I'm the guy that goes up and does karaoke. Like, I'm just crazy. Right? You may not be that. So what is it that you do love? Right? If you have to, I told one of our agents, she doesn't like video. Denise, she's awesome. And I said, well, what do you love? So I had a little conversation with her. She goes, well, I love my dogs. Post your dogs every day.
Gosh, people love dog videos.
She got like one with like 30,000 hits because of her dogs after that conversation. I'm like, well, I didn't think it was gonna work that good.
Yeah.
It worked really good, right? So what do you love that you can post every day? And by the way, hey, I do real estate too, and I love dogs, right? Yes, sir.
All right, so on top of that, if you're doing a video, do you do just a video on your phone and then post it individually, or are you doing it on each platform? Which,
So I'm kind of selectively doing them on each platform, and then some I'll do on one and not the other. And actually, there's no rhyme or reason. It usually has to do with how much time I have. But I would suggest all of them, right? They're all a little different. So TikTok, you throw a bunch of stuff in there. So you do short snippet videos of like 3 to 5 seconds a piece. So if I walked in here, I might do a video opening the door, then I turn it off, and then I walk down the hall a little, I can start another video, 3 seconds. Then I turn it off, and then I walk in here and do another video, a few seconds of you guys, right? And you throw it to TikTok, and it's going to grab a piece of each of those videos, and it really looks like you produced something, like but you didn't, you know. So that's what I would do.
I have my Instagram and my Facebook connected, so if I post it on one, it goes to the other automatically.
Yep.
And I do it across the board, same video across the board.
Yeah, make it simple.
Yeah,
Make it
I used to separate it and like, my Instagram's curated and it's for this, and then my Facebook is for this, and then I was like, no, I'm stupid.
Yeah.
I just post it everywhere.
Most people don't care, like they really don't. If you put something up that's interesting, they're just gonna watch it. You can't help themselves.
Well, what I have learned
Yeah.
too is that everyone thinks other people are interested. We
Oh,
don't
yeah.
always communicate that, and we think we're not interested. But like the smallest thing can be seen as so interesting.
police cars on the side of the road. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Oh, totally. Anytime you're driving anywhere, you have an opportunity to find something. Right? I mean, I was driving in Elk Grove and there's a car on fire. So I pulled over. Car on fire in Elk Grove. I don't know what happened, and people were like, what happened? I'm like, I don't know.
Tell
Thanks
me.
for connecting with me. That's it. The whole purpose is connection, right? That's it. So what I want to tell you today is find ways to do this. This is what I'm showing you here. Market of the moment is MLS. Lock it in your calendar. Like literally, you should put it in your calendar right now in your Google Calendar. Just put it. You're going to do it every day. And if you don't want to do it every day, fine. Pick 4 or 5 days, right? Maybe you don't do the weekend. Maybe you do the weekdays. It's up to you. Tell a past client story or tell someone else's story. And then LORE stands for language of real estate for the market center, which we just talked about a little, but you could say, hey guys, just so you know, our local office, also known as the market center, just closed X amount of transactions the last 2 weeks. Maybe you're next. Give me a call. Use the market center, right? Especially if someone does amazing things. The region, the Natomas office, what did they do last week? What did they do last month? And why aren't you talking about it? That is your family of offices, right? That is your office. So you're going to say my office. You don't have to say Natomas. Our office closed. How many units last month? I don't know what it was. Do you know?
For Natomas, no, I don't.
So you can find that information out. It's a simple MLS search, right? You really want to find it. And here you guys talk about it in team meetings. Like it's just data, right? And you want to think every day, how can I do this? Okay, so because we're short of time. Look at this, Jeff. Huh? See that? Okay. So, how do you create curiosity with sellers? Think about this for a second. We talked, Amy and Jeff were kind of interacting. They were talking about capital gains. And like I told you, I did taxes, right? So the rule is, I'll just tell you the rule. You can look it up and of course, ask your CPA, certified accountant for police, for the non-attorney. All that jazz, all that disclaimer. The simple rule is if you live in the house 2 + 5 and you've been entitled to +5, for every individual, there's a $250,000 exemption from taxes, all taxes. All tax, state, federal, capital gains, the whole deal. You could literally sell that house, put that 250 grand into a drawer in the bedroom. You do not need to reinvest it. There's no time frame to do that. You can do whatever you want with that money. Okay. Now, I told you that. I don't want you telling people that. What I want you to do is create curiosity. So a video or a post might look like this. We're creating, we want them to ask questions, right? How would that look? Well, hey, not sure if you heard, but I heard there's a way for some sellers, if you qualify, to pay 0 taxes, big bold. When you sell your property, call me to learn more. Then I'm going to call someone like Jeff or my CPA and say, I have a client who wants an appointment. And when Amy calls me on that little post I did, or the ad, or the mailer I sent to my farm, or whatever you want to do, because you can send this everywhere, I'm going to say to her, you know what? I'm not a tax professional, but does Tuesday at 4 work for you? Because I can call Jeff and we'll sit down and he'll tell you all the details. He's licensed to do that. Because the goal is an appointment. The goal is always an appointment. Always. Even if they're, well, I'm not buying right now. That's okay. You know what? I teach scripts and role play at my office. You know, one of my favorite scripts is you're going to want to write this down. You're literally going to want to write this down. This is one of my favorite scripts and most people just cannot say no to. So no matter what objection they give you, oh, I want to wait till the spring to sell. Rates are high right now. You always, first of all, you empathize and restate. So write that down. Empathize and restate. So empathize and restate, and then I'm going to give you the script. So you're going to empathize and restate, which is basically the empathize and restate is, I hear you. Waiting for rates to come down is probably a good idea. I understand. And then you're going to say the script, right? Can I ask you a question? Like that. Say, write that down. Can I ask you a question? To which they're going to likely say yes. Can I ask you a question? Whether you buy or sell, right, depending on who you're talking to, whether you buy or sell today, in a month, or a year from now, whether you buy or sell, pick one word, today, in a month, or a year from now, don't you think it's a good idea to have a strategy and plan in place? Don't you agree? Isn't it a good idea to have a strategy and plan in place? Right? So whether you buy now, in a month, a year, 5 years from now, I don't care. Isn't it a good idea to have a plan and strategy in place? Who's going to say no? I mean, yes, sir.
What if they respond and say, yes, my plan and strategy, I plan to take it, I plan to execute that, but I don't want to sell it.
So that's just,
So like, what,
yeah.
you know, I deal with clients all the time who are very sassy.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
respond to something like that.
Yeah.
Go, yes, I want to take action and plan my strategy in a year from now.
Yep.
I want to sell in a year.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
So empathize and restate, right? I understand. It sounds like you're the kind of person that likes to, get things done and you want to plan it out. All right. Great. And so are you buying or selling, just for the context? Just as an example.
Selling.
Okay, selling. So let me ask you a question, if I may. I want to honor your request, of course. We're going to do this in a year or a month from now, that's fine. But if an awesome opportunity happened to come up in the next 2 weeks, would you be bummed if you missed out on that?
Okay.
Right?
That's smart. No.
Right? Because what you need to show them is the opportunity. What's that? I'm going to mess it up. There's a quote about preparation favors something. Luck, about luck.
Favors the prepared.
Thank you.
What is it?
Luck
Favors the
favors the
prepared.
prepared. I can't remember. That is exactly what we're trying to present to the person in any format, no matter what they say.
Yeah.
Luck favors the prepared, period. So if you were going to sell or buy or invest why wouldn't you put a plan into place now, even if it's in a month, a year, 2 years, or 5 years from now? So that you're always ready, because the opportunity will pass and you'll miss it. And I don't want that for you. My job is to make sure you're ready whenever you are ready. Oh, I love that. I just made that up. My job is to make sure you're ready whenever you're ready, right? And what happens is you start to remove that fear of, I'm going to sell you, I'm going to close you, I'm going to do the app, because you've told them whether you buy now, in a month, or a year from now, it doesn't matter to you. Because we are true consultants. Now, we want them to buy, sell sooner than later. We never want to force anybody. Who likes to be forced to do things in the room? Nobody, right? Nobody. So the trick is get them in front of you, get them in front of a professional, whether it's a CPA, a lender, in front of you for a consult about how the selling process works. You know what's going to happen? It's the weirdest thing. I was teaching scripts and role play the other day, and we were doing for sale by owners. Here's another script you can try to write down real fast that I think is super good. So you can call for sale by owner. This is the script. You can bullet it out maybe, but the script is, hey, Mr. For sale by owner, Mrs. For sale by owner. This is Eli Galindo with Keller Williams. And I'm a local professional, and I've specialized in your neighborhood. Okay, number one. So you're a specialist in the neighborhood. I know you want to sell it on your own, so I'm not calling to list your home. I right away say that. Address the elephant in the room. I'm not calling to list your home. I'm actually calling because I would love to come see your home, right? Because I work at Keller Williams, and in this region, we have well over 1,500 agents that I can share your property with. And if I found you a buyer, would you be open to paying me a commission? Works so good. The thing is, you want to get in the door and take pictures of the house. Let me just get some pictures so I can share it with people. There's no charge to you. You're not going to sign anything. It's not about that. Had someone do this exact script just last week. She got in the house right before Thanksgiving. She left the house. The guy was very standoffish, kind of rude, but let her see the house, let her take pictures, just like an instructor. You're going to go take pictures so you can share the property. Because I'm a specialist in this area. That's what I do. And I'm a professional with 1,500 other professionals that I have connections with, right? She does it, and she says, I left the house, I feel like I failed. And then 2 hours later, he called me and says, come back and listen to my house. She was like, I can't believe it worked. I can't believe it worked.
I love it.
It happened. It just happened.
And like, I'm using this.
I love stories like that.
For sale by owner.
Yeah,
Like, that's what we're gonna do right now.
just get in the door and then you make the connection and don't go salesy on it. We're connecting. We're connecting, providing value and resources. It's the same way that I recruit agents, and so does Amy. We want to give resources to people, and when the right time happens, they join. We're always going to show them the value of joining. You're going to show them the value of you. I would bring a CMA or representation with you and say, this is just data on your home, so you know, because I don't know if anybody's done this for you. And just say, no strings attached, right? And then go really try to find a buyer for that house, of course. Now, guess what you got to do? Go around the neighborhood and go, hey,
Yeah.
hi, I'm a local expert here with Keller Williams. You probably know this, there's a for sale by owner down the street. I took some photos in case you know someone you'd love to move in the neighborhood, or wait, are you the owner here or are you the renter? Oh, I'm the renter. Oh, have you ever thought about buying a house? I mean, the one down the street's available.
The owner of the house, that's my brother, what are you doing?
Right, oh, definitely, right? But the point is, and then I go like this, I go, here's some photos. You know what, can I text them to you? What's your number? And I look away. By the way, it's a little trick I do. I have this whole thing I teach. It's like, I ask things and then I look away. Don't make eye contact.
Yeah.
Don't make eye contact, because that's usually when they are like, oh, no, I'm good. They get nervous. I don't know what happens when people like, when I say, hey, do you want to sign on the dotted line? And I look right in your eyes.
Oh, yeah.
It feels pressure, right? So what I've taught people to do, it's kind of like NLP. If you haven't heard of NLP, this newer linguistic programming, you need to check it out. There's a whole book about it. Tony Robbins talks about it, but it's a subtlety thing that calms them. So I ask for the number and I look away, assuming they're going to give it to me. I say it with confidence. Hey, what's your number? I'm going to send that stuff to you, right? I'm going to send you the pictures real fast. And I'm telling you, 8 out of 10 times they give me their number.
Sometimes you can just start it and say, oh, what's your number? 916.
916, perfect. Yep. And just be don't be pushy. I'm not being pushy. I'm requesting, right? I'd love to send that to you. What was your number? The tonality of your voice matters. The way you act matters. if you're smiling or not matters. All those things matter when you're trying to make a connection with someone you have no connection with, right? So, okay, so I got sidetracked, but you get the idea. So if I were you, I'd call my local tax person. See, I know we're out of time. Sorry.
Keep going.
Okay, we're good. Okay, okay.
You got it from the phone.
Maybe another 5-10 minutes. Okay, so so the tax exemptions, I would call my local CPA tax person or whatever and say, hey, I want to do a social post with you. And it doesn't have to be a video. It could be your image, mine, your license, mine, and you're going to tell how we have strategies to save them thousands and thousands of dollars to sell their home. And one of them is a 1031 exchange. One of them, we're going to see if you qualify for the full tax exemption. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But they're on that post and you're good. They need to be on there though. Their license needs to be on there. On the image or on the post. It cannot be just you. You're gonna get in trouble. Your broker won't like it. Trust me. Okay, but you can do that with someone. One of the best ways to build a business-to-business relationship is just like Jeff's here with us today. Say, hey, I want to help you guys sell properties. So he's bringing a value-added service. What can you do for your CPA and your accountant? I was just consulting one of the other agents in our office, and they were like, how do I grow like the database and get to know people in the neighborhood and farming? And I'm like, well, one of the ways you can do it is, so start with your neighborhood where you live and go down. Do you know all the local business owners who are not corporate? Do you know them? I'm like, well, like maybe. I'm like, no. You need to know them. I want you to know their first name. I want you to go into the business and ask for the owner and try to just sit and chat with them for a second. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to help him or her build their business. That's what you're going to do. You're going to go to that restaurant and say, I would love to put some sort of coupon or offering on my mailer to get people to your restaurant. Like, it's ridiculous the amount of things you can do. Like, I can sit here and talk for 4 hours.
Companies, pest companies.
Anything. You can do one every month. You can do, right now, gutter cleaning would be great. My gutters need to get cleaned. Gutter cleaning would be great right now. The rain just started. I guarantee people are going outside going, oh man, I gotta get up on a ladder today. Today, it's happening right now.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, if I were you, when you leave this room, I'd go online or find someone that does gutter cleaning, and I would find them, and today I would post something. I would not even wait. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Today is the day. Everybody is going, when they get home today, they're gonna go, oh, look at all the leaves. And I'm telling you.
I looked at my roof this morning and I was like, I didn't, the roof all summer.
Yep.
Like I said I would, and now it's raining.
So how can you do this throughout the entire year? That's what you have to work on and think about, right? How can I add value to so many things? Buyer strategies, today's market, you know what we do with that is super cool. And you guys are guaranteed to talk about it, because I know Amy, but I'm gonna bring it up again, okay? You talk to your local lender. You have a lender in here?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's right, my apologies. I forgot already. Okay, I'm getting older. So you talk to your local lender, you say, hey, what the buy down program, we're talking about that a lot the last few months, right? You can buy down the rate, or you can do a 2-1 buy down.
That's what I was gonna talk about today. That's fine.
Yep.
Okay.
So this is where you can say, so what's today's rates today on a 30-year FHA? What is it today?
7 3/4.
7.
7. Say, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't check today. Okay, so let's say it's 7. Let's say 7. Okay, let's say 7. So let's say it's 7. So my post might look like this, and I would do it with her, right? I'm not doing it on my own. I need the lender on the post. My post might like this. Hey, today's market rates are definitely a little higher, and we have strategies to get it lower for you. Call us. Maybe as low as 6%. Maybe as low as 5.5%. Now, there's qualifications that she does that. We don't need to know that. What we need to do is create curiosity enough to get a comment or a call. That's the same with the tax idea, the 1031 idea, right? This is how you create curiosity in a market. Is you're constantly looking, what is the need? What's the pain point right now? My gutters are overflowing. That is a pain point today, right? Tax season's coming, that's a pain point. The rates are high, that's a pain point. You follow what I'm saying? So you need to search out pain points and provide solutions to create curiosity for people to call you to connect to your resources. And you're the connector. If you've never read the book The Go Giver, absolutely my top #1 book of all the books I've read. I've read a lot of books. The Go Giver, read it. It's a short read. It's a great audible. They have different voices. It's really good. And you'll be done within an hour and a half to 2 hours on Audible. It's that short. The Go Giver. And this is part of that book. When I teach a lot of the concepts in that book. This is about the connector in that book. You become a big connector. So you know that's how people they get into politics, they become connectors, right? The big business owners, they're connectors. That's what they do. If you're curious, like, how did they do that? They're connectors. They provide value constantly. That's it. But you can't sit in the office or at home and be like, no one's calling me. I did one post. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, right? Okay. How many more slides? I think it was. Oh yeah. So this. Okay. So marketing calendars. Just to give you an idea. That's all this is. You can create this however you want. So what I've taught is I'm like, hey, Mondays you're gonna do a market update every Monday. Tuesdays you can do local info, the local business, the local anything local. Oh, we just had the Dickens Fair in Elk Grove, so that should have been on your Tuesday local info. Oh, coming up is X at Cal Expo. That event is coming up. It's a big one. What is it called? I don't know. It's Enchant or something. They're gonna do a huge thing at Cal Expo. With lights and that's beautiful. I don't even know the details, but go look it up and share that thing. Share it, right? Actually, it's on my phone. I can show you this. Wednesdays live at a property. Every Wednesday or pick a day, you're gonna go live at a property. You pick a property. I don't care. Make a property.
My friend Leanna Haldorf, she's with Guide, but she does Fancy House Fridays.
Boom, right there.
She goes to a mansion or a fancy house.
Yep. Well, what would it look like if you did that every time I showed property? I took for years. I would take little snippets. The clients were maybe looking in the living room. I'd be like, they're looking in the living room. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm trying to figure it out. And I would literally do that. I'm doing this little documenting my day. And at the end of the day, I'm like, post this, post that. Don't like that one, throw that out, right? I would figure it out. Fridays, night out on the town. Where can someone go out for? It's Friday. What's something fun to do on a Friday night? You don't have to be going out. You can be on your sofa at home. But you're posting about what you would do on Friday night. Right? Saturday, food posts. You could switch these up, by the way. Sunday, gratitude posts. Something you're grateful for. A lot of people are at church or they're hanging with family. They're thinking about gratitude. Trust me. Trust me on that one. That Sunday, probably should keep it right there. So that's just to give you some ideas because we're out of time. I'm going to one more. So as it happens, marketing, just solds, just listed, signings. Every signing you go to, you should be taking pictures and video. Every signing you go to. Ask them. They're fine. Trust me. You know what I tell people? My script. Amy, is it okay if I capture photos of this moment that I can send to you? Yes. By the way, is it okay if I post that because I'm so proud of working with you? Yeah, absolutely. Literally, that's how it works.
Bunch of pictures, and then it will put together a video for you on iMovie. And I do that for my clients now and send it to them.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, you produced a video for us?
Yep. TikTok does the same thing, but iMovie is, I've used it a bunch of times. It's awesome. Wish your clients happy birthday, keys, home anniversary, passcode. Those are simple ones, right? But who's doing that consistently? That's the question, right? And so what I want you to think about though is this, as we end today, is how can you? I think that is the last slide, right? Oh, yeah, one more. Oh yeah, this one you should do every day. I think you should do this every day. KW Command has something called a landing page. Did you know you can do a landing page for any listing in MLS? You don't have to have a listing. Did you know that? Totally legal, totally authorized. You just go there and pick a listing. A landing page, I can create it in 2 minutes. Probably you can do it fast. I do it super fast.
Yeah, I can do it too. So you guys need help, just let me know.
Super fast. And you post it every day. It literally means of a picture on social media. And it looks very professional. It looks like you did all this work and you didn't really do much work because KW takes care of us. And they've given us this amazing thing. And every day you're posting a property. My team posts a property in all different parts of the counties, all the way from San Joaquin over here to El Dorado and Placer. We pick one property in each of those counties and we post something almost every day, every other day if we get behind. But I'm not doing that. Someone else is doing that. But that if they click on that and it goes straight to your database, so why are you doing that every day? I don't understand. I'm just so confused. That's an everyday thing. Right? We're in real estate sales. And you know what? The post could be something cool. It doesn't have to be like, want to buy a home? No, it could be like, oh my God, this house has the best wood floors I've ever seen in my life. And the barbecue area in the back is huge. Check it out. Click on the link below. Little emojis. Post it. Find a property you like that you're going to brag about and they can feel your energy in the post. Do that. right? But find a property every day. You can do the same thing with other apps, but if you're not KW, right, then do it every day. And that's it, right?
I love it. Thank you so much.
Hashtags that I gave you guys. Just some hashtags that I use that we use. You don't have to use them, but what we do is we do a dot, bring those down, and those are at the very bottom of the post. That's what we do.
Yeah, just so that you-
Yeah, because people search hashtags still, it's still a thing. People think it's not, but it really is.
I
So-
love the landing page idea, but honestly, with your KW website, you can just pick a property
Yes.
and post the link and
That's even
say,
better.
everybody come check out this link, and then they can go look at a ton of properties on your.
That's
Yeah.
That's even better. Yes, no, that's even better. Start saying that, that's better.
I never post Zillow links. I always
Ooh.
post from my website. All agree. 100%.
Agreed.
I love it.
So that's all I want you to say. Thank you so much. I hope that was valuable. Happy me. I really appreciate it.
I love it. Thank you so much for coming. Your enthusiasm.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, I took so many notes.
Awesome, love it.
I'm implementing all of it.
You guys can do it. It's totally possible.
Thank you so much for coming, guys. I hope you.
Pleasure to meet
We can see you on the 15th for our next team meeting.
Pleasure to meet everybody. Thank you for, thank you. Good to meet you, man.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. You're welcome.